Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you're having an absolutely top tier day. Before we get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel recently since the Scarlet and Violet base set drop. There's been just so much support here on the channel with the likes, the views, everything. You guys have been absolutely killing it, and I really appreciate all the support here on the channel. At this point when I'm making this video, we're at we're a little over 400 subs at this point, which is wild. We're well on our way to 500, which is ridiculous. Yo, 500 is an insane milestone. Once we get there, we gotta do a giveaway, right, guys? We have to. Gotta do a little something to give back to you guys for all the support that you've been giving me here on the channel. So once we do that, I'll make a video, we'll do a giveaway, it'll be absolutely busted. Thank you again, and let's get into the deck list. Today we're playing something a little different. Maybe a little bit of meme tier. It's F tier. F tier for fun, guys. We are playing a hit and run deck with Iron Treads. Yes, Iron Treads is a really interesting Pokemon, I would say. We're not even going to look at the first attack, quite frankly. The main attack we're going to be looking at is Cybernetic Wheel. The Cybernetic Wheel does 160 damage, and then it switches this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So the main strategy that we're going to be relying on is hitting with Cybernetic Wheel, and then running away to a Pokemon like Klefki, which can lock our opponent's basic Pokemon's abilities, allowing them to not draw any cards if they're playing Genesect. It shuts off Lost Box, which is extremely popular. I see so much Lost Box on the ladder, and this is a great way to help counter it because the Mischievous Lock from Klefki shuts off all of their basic Pokemon's abilities. So it's a really awesome strategy. You just go into Klefki, then you switch back into the Iron Treads, swing, run away again. It's really, really fun. You do have this triple laser attack on Iron Treads, by the way, 30 to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. It can be solid to potentially pick stuff off in the mid to late game, especially if your opponent's not prepared for it and they don't have a Manaphy down. This can definitely put in some work. So how are we powering this up? I'm glad you didn't ask. We're going to be using the tried and true Magnezone. I know we don't have Metal Saucer in the format, and honestly this deck would be a whole lot better if we did have Metal Saucer in the format, but that is okay. We have Magnezone with the Giga Magnet, which allows us to look at the top 6 cards of our deck and accelerate any metal energy we find there onto our Pokemon. So this is how we are mainly going to be powering up our Iron Treads. We also have Radiant Greninja for a little extra draw, as well as Zamazenta, the Zamazenta V. I really like this going first because Regal Stance allows you to essentially play a supporter on the first turn of the game, discarding your hand, filling your hand to 5, helping you potentially dig and find extra combo pieces. You also have Revenge Blast. Revenge Blast is really solid in the late game because it does 120 plus 30 more for each prize card your opponent's taken. So if they take down, let's say, 2 Iron Treads EX, that way you're doing, 3 times 4, so you're doing 240 damage, which is a lot more than Iron Treads can pump out. So really, really solid card in this list for sure. That's it for the Pokemon. Let's move into the trainers. This list is super straightforward, guys. There's no tricks about it. There's no little let me play these tech cards here and there. I am out here trying to chase down Lost Box, guys. I'm playing max consistency with 4 Nest, 4 Ultra Ball. I'm playing 3 Rare Candy so we can find our way into our Magnezones. I'm also playing Arven so we can find our Rare Candies a bit easier, or potentially hunt down a Forest Seal Stone for extra consistency. 1 Rope, 2 Switch cards, and 3 Beach Court. I play all these mobility cards, so every single time we use Cybernetic Wheel and run away to the Klefki, we have retreat options to get the Klefki out of the active and back into Iron Tread. So that's why I play a lot of switching options, and 1 Recycler so that in the late game we have higher chances of hitting energy, because once we've burned through all of our energy, it's on the discard pile, it's harder to hit off Giga Magnet, so I like the one of Recycler. And looking at our supporters, like I said, super consistent. A couple Arvens, a couple Boss, and a couple Serena, just for, just for those gusting options. Serena's really amazing. I love Serena in Rare Candy decks, because that way, let's say you've got 1 Rare Candy in your hand and 4 other cards you don't care about. You can use Serena to throw away the cards that aren't Rare Candy and potentially draw into your Magnezone or an Ultra Ball. It's really, really solid. I like Serena because for that very specific reason. And then, of course, 3 research to round out the trainers. 14 energy. I play a lot of energy because I am trying to hit off my Giga Magnets. Plus Cybernetic Wheel, it's a little costly at 4 energy. But yo, let's see if we can absolutely go nuts. Let's go hunt down some Lost Box, guys. Let's hit the ladder. Alright guys, it's easy dubs out here on the ladder, right? Right? I gotta have a positive attitude because I believe that I'm going to hit my good matchups and I'm gonna draw hot. I believe I'm going to will it into existence. We're already off to an amazing start by winning the coin flip. Yo, see? Willing it into existence, guys. Let's go. Oh, never mind. I should have willed harder. Okay, a Lost Box. Oh, God, please give me a Klefki. That's a Magnezone. Oh my gosh, please tell me I'm not gonna have to research. Wait, please, something? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to lock my opponent turn 1, which feels a little bad. I'm going to attach here and pass. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a Klefki in the active this turn, which would have been honestly amazing. It would just slow our opponent down, kind of stop them from doing much of, well, anything, honestly. But that's okay. I'm hoping to slow them down in the mid to late game. Hopefully they don't go too nuts. I think that's probably, hoping they don't go too crazy is probably the way to go. And they're playing Giratina. Giratina's interesting. We're going to have to 2-hit KO that, but it's an extra 2 prizes we can take, which is definitely a solid. Let's see what my opponent's getting rid of. Manaphy. Okay, totally fine. Going off, drawing some cards. We just gotta kind of gotta hope they don't get a turn 1 Cram, right? Or get into a chorus. I can hope, right? But they just see so many cards, man. Like, they see so many cards. My opponent grabbed that card a bit too quickly for my liking. Path to the Peak. Huh. And a pass. Okay. No Cramorant. And there's a Klefki. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't research this hand away. It's got double Magnezone in it. I have to Serena, but if I Serena, discard 3... I'm only drawing 3 cards. I'm just not seeing very many cards. I don't even know if my other Magnezone is in the deck. That's the crazy part. I don't even know, because I play 3 Magnezones. Do I risk it, guys? I mean, I either risk not getting an attack or not attacking at all. Bro, it's in the deck. Come on. It's in the deck. There, see? It's in the deck. But we don't... Oh my gosh, we don't... we don't get a Pokemon. I get nothing I can use my Force Seal Stone on. Oh, it feels so bad. Okay, well, I can bench the second. I don't even need to bench the second Magnemite because they're gone. Gone forever. I'm going to leave the Path in play as well. Make sure my opponent can't use the Greninja. And kind of got to hope that they... I mean, they didn't get a Colress turn 1, right? No turn 1 Colress. And now they're locked out of using their Comfies. So, let's hope that the Klefki lock sticks. They bench a Cramorant. You cannot use that, my friend, and a pass. Okay, let's go. Klefki's in there, and we get an Ultra Ball off the top. We're in business, guys. We are absolutely in business. Now, I still don't know if I'm going to be able to get an attack off this turn. That's the scary part. I can Ultra Ball here. Grab myself... So I could grab myself a Zamazenta to utilize the Force Seal Stone. I could use Zamazenta and then use Zamazenta to grab the Iron Treads, I guess. I could also just grab something like well, I could just grab the Iron Treads as well, in all fairness. So because I want a Serena. I want to draw more cards. So we're going to go Iron Treads here. And then I kind of need to hit off this Giga Magnet. There's no way I hit like 4 energy, right? There's no way I hit like 3, right? We hit 2. That is so close. Unfortunately, just a little too far off. That's fine. We can still... I kind of want to keep the Path in play, man. I'm okay with that. Let's Serena. We're going to discard. I'm going to get rid of the Stone and draw 4. Energy's great because that means now we're guaranteed an attack next turn with just an attach. I could always bench the next Iron Treads, but I'm scared it might get gusted in. So I'm gonna just pass from here. I think that this is acceptable. I mean, the Klefki stopped my opponent last turn. Are they gonna top deck a Colress? They top deck Escape Rope. Son of a biscuit. Alright, well, here, have a Greninja. Son of a biscuit. That's okay. It happens. It happens. We're still not out of this yet. Like, Cramorant can only smack me for 110. It can't knock me out. Then we could just go Beach Court, retreat, and start swinging with Iron Treads. Like, we're still chilling. And our opponent, that was only their third card in the Lost Zone right there. So, definitely, we're playing a little slower, but we're slowing our opponent down. That's all they got. Just the one. Let's go. I'm feeling it. How much energy do we have in this card pop? 4. Okay. So we're going to bench this. I can go Beach Court, Greninja, discard my energy, draw 2. Very solid. Now I can Recycler, right? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put all my energy back into the deck. And then I'm guaranteed hitting off this magnet, right? 100%. I can always Arven to grab, like, Nest Ball as well. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's thin out some more. We'll use Arven to grab Nest Ball, grab ourselves a backup Klefki in case our opponent tries to rope us again. Yeah, this is the play. Okay, guys, we have gotten the lock off successfully. Now we just got to keep moving and grooving. There's no way we don't hit here, right? Yeah, we hit 2, which is amazing. I'm like, I know I threw away my guaranteed attack, but with Recycler, I should be guaranteed an attack here. So yeah, we just retreat, and then Cybernetic Wheel. We take a knockout, we start taking knockouts, and then we run away to our Klefki. This is the way, man. This is the way. We are doing it. Energy, love to see it. This is like a pretty ideal board, too. And then we can eventually start working to building up a Zamazenta as well. Zamazenta can get really, really massive. My opponent has another path to the peak, but that doesn't really hurt me too much. I mean, they're getting rid of their own path to the peak, which is fine. I mean, they're just trying to get cards in the Lost Zone, but they can't use Cramorant. They now have enough cards in the Lost Zone, but they can't use Cramorant. Its ability is also shut off by the mischievous lock. That's right. Get out of my game, Lost Box. Let's go. All right, guys. One more game. Let's get one more game. Let's see if we can hit Lost Box again. That first game was sick. That's exactly what this deck aims to do. I mean, Lost Box is very popular, not just because it's powerful, because it's also really budget friendly. It's also a pretty cheap deck to build and play, so... But that's what we're out here trying to counter, right? We're trying to counter the meta with our Metal Dawn fan out here. All right, let's get it. Okay, lead Klefki's amazing. I have Nest Ball to get out of Magnemite and an Iron Treads with an energy attachment. This hand is looking super solid. And Miraidon. Oh, that is so good. Another great counter is, as long as they don't rope, of course, but, I mean, I can always go like this. I wouldn't mind going for a Regal stance, but unfortunately I can't realistically get it out. Now I gotta be honest, I kind of hope that they just don't have a rope and I will pass to my opponent. I mean, the Klefki also, this is something I don't think I touched upon in the intro, is that Klefki also shuts off Miraidon. He can't use his tandem unit. So that's definitely super solid. I wonder if they're playing the Flaffy build or if they're playing the, oh, he has a boss's orders. Son of a biscuit. Oh, dang. Well, no way he hits the nuts, right? He can get a full bench, but what are the odds he has everything he needs, right? Right, guys? So it is Flaffy Toolbox. Really solid for us because we can potentially take advantage of the sheeps. Definitely take some knockouts there. But he's also playing the generator. Here he goes. Now, even if he hits the generators and gets an attack off with the Raikou, it won't KO my Iron Treads, which is awesome. I can use Arven to potentially grab Rare Candy. Let's see what we get. We'll have to see what we get off the top. That might influence our decision. Flaffy, okay. Preemptively grabbing that. If only I had Judge. Are they going to whip the turn one attack? They do. Let's go. Metal Energy is definitely not too shabby. I'm really inclined to... I mean, if I Arven here, I grab, what, Rare Candy Stone? It doesn't really work that well. I kind of want to switch into my Klefki and then research. I'm going to switch into the Klefki because I'm not guaranteed Rare Candy Magnezone or an attack this turn. I'm going to rip the research. I know I'm getting rid of a Magneton, but we don't get it anyway. But we'll just go... do I go double Klefki or do I go double Magnemite? I'm going to go double Magnemite here. I could also grab out a Zamazenta, so we can utilize the 4 Seal Stone next turn. Is 4 Seal Stone in the deck? It is in the deck. I'm going to actually grab the Zamazenta. That feels kind of crazy, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing this all on the assumption as well that my Klefki is going to get knocked out. So that way I can promote my Iron Treads and then retreat to a single prize Pokemon. But we'll have to see. Cynthia's Ambition, that's not a strong Cynthia's Ambition. That's only 4 cards. But they do have double Dynamotor plus the Alecki off it. Ugh. I'm trying to figure out the best prize map here. He attaches to the active. Choice Belt. Is that a whiff? I feel like that's going to be a whiff from our opponent. It is. Let's absolutely freaking go. We get another Iron Treads, which isn't bad. I'm going to Arven for Stone and Ultra Ball. Right. Ultra Ball can get me there. Yep. Stone plus Ultra Ball. And that way I can go Ultra Ball away. I get Ultra Ball away 2 energies. I'd be inclined to get rid of 2 energies here, so I can keep the Iron Treads, potentially bench that. I'm definitely a fan of getting double Iron Treads down. And then that way I could, well, I kind of want double Magnemite actually. I have more Iron Treads in the deck. Yeah, I knew I had more Iron Treads in the deck. We're going to grab the Magnezone, guarantee that. Yeah, we're going to guarantee the Magnezone here. And then I'm going to Rare Candy up into the Magnezone, and let's see how much we hit off of this Giga Magnet. 2, let's go. That's actually really hype. Okay, so that way we can go 1, 2, do an attach for turn here. And then I can go 4 Seal Stone here. And then pop the 4 Seal Stone. I guess I could have attached active and paid retreat cost that way. Probably definitely better. But I could always rope. Rope wouldn't be bad, although he'd probably just feed me the other Miraidon. So I think it might just be better to grab Beach Court, honestly. Because odds are he's not going to bump the Beach Court, which gives me, like, free retreat every turn. So I can Beach Court, retreat. Now, you might be thinking, the lock doesn't really do much anymore. We didn't ability lock him turn 1. We're not doing very much here. And you'd kind of be right. But what we're doing now is we're just essentially trying to force our opponent to take 6 prize cards on, or at least 4, potentially 4 knockouts on Klefkis or on something small like a Magnemite, you know what I mean? So we're just trying to run away to, yeah, my opponent's going to also run away. I mean, it's their best decision. But we're forcing our opponent here to take knockouts on these low HP Pokemon and only take single prize cards at a time. Now, my opponent can run away all they'd like, but I will eventually catch up to them and be able to start gusting things around. We get an Ultra Ball. Unfortunately, I can't use it. I think I Giga Magnet first. I kind of want to Giga Magnet to another Iron Treads, though. So I'm actually going to Serena, discard cards from my hand. I'm going to discard both and fill my hand to 5 here. I find Greninja plus a Magnemite really solid, actually. Greninja's going to definitely go down. I'm going to draw myself a couple extra cards here. We find another Klefki. Yo, that's absolutely busted. So I can go Klefki, and then we can... do I bench the other Magnemite? I might as well. It gives me something else to potentially run away to. Also, I could potentially double Rare Candy if I get another Magnezone. So I'm actually going to bench it, and then we're going to hit this Giga Magnet and see what we get. 1 energy. Insane. Because we are just slowly but surely at this point powering up our Zamazenta. I could hold the energy for concealed cards next turn. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to Cybernetic Wheel and smack this thing. Yes, I'm not getting a KO. A little unfortunate. But we are running away to a single prize Pokemon. So... And at that point, a lot of my opponents' Pokemon are damaged, right? I still have 1 Serena and 2 Boss's Orders in the deck. And my opponent just goes for a Lightning Rondo. Let's go, okay. I believe we just promote the Iron Treads yet again, I know. Let's see, we get a Serena. Oh, that's pretty busted. Gusting card's always nice. I don't know how much I need it, though. I kind of want to get another Iron Treads down. Does it? Am I ever going to go into the Iron Treads at this point? Let's Giga Magnet and see if we hit any energy. We hit 2. My goodness. Do I even thin out both? I could. Because I could also start powering up this Magnezone. Because Magnezone can definitely attack and potentially knock out the likes of a Miraidon or even a Flaffy. So, definitely a solid option there. I kind of like attacking with these. We can always go here. And then I'm going to Serena, right? Because I'm taking a knockout here. I'm probably going to go 2-2. Well, my prize trade is really awkward right now. I'm not going to lie. But I can't gust these Miraidons out, you know? So I'm going to Serena. We'll discard cards from my hand. I'll get rid of 1 Rare Candy. Okay, nothing too crazy. But I can potentially Nest Ball out another Klefki. Yeah. I've got both Boss's Orders in the deck. Alright, we are going to Cybernetic Wheel. Bam. Knockout. And run away to a Klefki. This is the strat. Run away to the Klefki. So, my strategy now is to go 2-2-2, right? I get 2 cards off the prize cards here, which is nice. I want to knock out this Miraidon, and then I want to knock out this Miraidon with my Zamazenta once my opponent gets really low on prize cards. Because once they take another 2 prize cards, this thing smacks for 240. So, Zamazenta is getting really threatening really fast. Heck, we could also knock out our opponent's Miraidon with the Magnezone, which would be really busted. They are powering up the Regieleki VMAX, which is a bit scary, because Regieleki VMAX can knock out my Pokemon. It does smack for 220, and it's really massive. But if my opponent goes this route, I could potentially 2-hit KO this, and then take a Flaffy for my last prize cards. So I'm trying to be flexible with my prize mapping here, and figuring out what's the most optimal way to do this. Does my opponent have no more energy in the discard pile? They're choosing to run to the... They have to have an attach for turn if they're going to start smacking me with the Aleki. Right? Because they go 1 here, energy switch. Okay. I would love a Boss's Orders off the top right now. Boss's Orders off the top would be so busted. Okay. Sure. Knock yourself out. Because if I go 2-hit KO this, can I still win? Because I smack him, I run away, he goes down to 3 prize cards. I don't know if I can win that way. I think I have to go 2-2. Energy or Boss? Recycler. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Although I do have Fish, right? I could always use Fish to grab Boss's Orders right now. If my opponent's going to chase something down, they'll get 2 prizes regardless. So I think I grab Fish for Boss. I think that is the way. So we'll get rid of the Iron Treads because we don't need it, as well as the Nest Ball. And I will grab myself out the Fish. Fish can grab myself one of my Boss's Orders. Yep. Trying to look, see what else. We've got the 2 energy in deck. I could also thin my deck out with Giga Magnet as well, because we can go Giga Magnet. We hit both of our energies. Ooh, I gotta be careful though. I'm running really low on cards in my deck, but that gives me a really high chance to hit my boss's orders, right? One here, and we can put one here. I think that's fine. We'll do that. Oh no, 8 cards in deck. That's still really high chances to hit my boss's orders, right, guys? So then I fish for boss. All right, fish, grab the boss. Now I've got 7 cards left in my deck. And then I chase down this Miraidon. And I kind of gotta hope he doesn't knock out my Zamazenta, right? That's the way. I could always smack him potentially with the with my Magnezone as well. That's definitely an option. But I think that it's fine to go like this and gust out the Miraidon. And then smack him with Cybernetic Wheel. And then I'm inclined to run away to my Magnemite. Right? No reason not to. There you go. Have a Magnemite, buddy. Take 2 prize cards. Okay, Switch plus Magnezone. Now I have no more energy in my deck actually, so what I should have done is left the 1 energy in my deck so I could potentially see 2 cards, because if I top deck energy, I could see 3 cards that turn as opposed to only 1. So I probably should have left that other energy in my deck, but I'm also thinning 2 cards out of my deck, so you know, it's like, it's good, it's bad, I'm not really certain. This is getting a bit Akko-Takame. We're coming down to the wire here, guys. We are cutting it really, really close. I gotta be honest, I kind of just gotta hope my opponent doesn't see that my Zamazenta can one-hit KO his V Pokemon. Attaches to the Raikou. My opponent does only have a 2-card hand. EXP share, 1 card, no way the last card in their hand is they're running away. To a Flaffy. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good for us. Top deck boss to win the game. Aww. That's okay. I have Beach Court, so I can always just retreat. I can always recycle a couple energy back into the deck. Right? I could always switch into my Magnezone as well and attack with Magnezone. That's always an option too. If I recycle her, what are the odds I hit a frick ton of energy, right? Yeah, we can just, I'm gonna run away to the Iron Treads, because Iron Treads can take the knockout and then run away to the Magnezone. Or back to the Magnemite. Because if I go knockout this way, and then I only need 1 prize card off the Flaffy. So, by taking this knockout, I either can do boss KO on a 2 prize, or if they chase down my Zamazenta and don't allow me to do that, I can always go boss KO on a Flaffy. This is the way. Now, do I recycle our energy into the deck? That's the real question. Well, if I recycle our energy into the deck and double Rare Candy into this Magnezone, I'm guaranteed to thin my entire deck out of energy, right? So I can just Rare Candy into the second Magnezone, and then I can recycle the energy into the deck. This is the play, because then I have a draw off Greninja next turn, right? Odds are I'll draw into an energy, then I can double Magnet and see an extra 2 cards. This sounds like a crazy play, but I think that this is the way to go. Right? Because odds are I hit energy. That's 3 energy. If I draw energy, then I can thin out with both my Magnezones. Yeah, because having the energy in my deck allows me to draw cards off Radiant Greninja next turn. Yes, this is the way. And then I just Cybernetic Wheel, take the knockout here. Oh, man, my opponent is really making me think long and hard about this. Do I just bait them to take the knockout on the Lumineon, right? Like, it's 2 free prizes, why not knock it out? Because I can give up those 2 prizes, but then I need boss next turn. Either way, I guess I can always just run to No, I want the double Magnezone to thin out, to guarantee thin. I'm gonna feed them the fish. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I think that it's okay. I'm like tripping right now, because I see 9, 8, I see the top 6 of my deck. odds are I find all my energy if I don't draw into it. I'm gonna promote the Magnezone. Ah, sound effect. I forget that metal has a sound effect. Every single time. They still haven't fixed that bug, man. One of these days, they'll fix PTCGL. Right, guys? I can dream, huh? Yeah, so it doesn't matter what they knock out here. As long as I find boss, I win the game. That's the problem, though, guys. I gotta find the boss's orders. They get out in a lucky. That does not matter, because I can always knock out the Raikou or the Miraidon with boss if they don't chase down the Zamazenta. But yeah, putting 3 energy into my deck there really, with the off the recycler, helps my chances of drawing into it so I can see extra cards. I'm out here trying to make big brain plays. They switching Bolt, but they can't run away to anything. I win. Right? Hold on a second. How much damage does Zamazenta do? Zamazenta does 30 for each prize card my opponent's taken. That's 3 times 3. That's 90. Plus 120. I do 210. I don't do enough to knock out quite yet. I don't top deck energy, which kind of sucks. If I escape rope, he's probably just gonna give me... I guess I can always just smack this thing, right? Switch back into this. Yeah, I think my game plan actually remains the same. I could also have used Regal Stance to draw my whole deck this turn essentially. Huh. Not a bad play either, honestly. Then I would have practically guaranteed the boss. Oof. Do I do that? Do I Regal Stance, actually, guys? Because then I discard my hand, draw 5, but then he can trap something. Theoretically, right? Let's just smack him and keep waiting for the boss play. I have a rope in my hand. I mean, slow and steady wins the race. My opponent's not doing anything of value this turn. I mean, the switching bolt didn't do much for them. Oh my gosh, guys. These games are just... It's too close for comfort. I know we have a lead right now, and it's looking like we're gonna win, but you never know, man. You never know. Okay, they're gonna switching bolt again. They know that if they knock me out, I think they lose. I think they know that if they knock this out, they lose, but they just fed me the Miraidon again. Boss's orders? That's a research, bro. Where's my energy? I shuffled energy into the deck. Do I just Regal? I can't research or else I deck out next turn. Bro. Do I just use the ability? That thins 3 cards out of my deck. I just pass, man. I just pass. I give my opponent the prize card. Because if they knock me out with Switching Bolt, then I just knock them out in return with Zamazenta. Because then Zamazenta's damage is then ramped up to 240. Which means I can one-hit KO any of his V or EX Pokemon that he places in the active. I'll slow play. I will not slow play, but I will play it slow. Because this is my win con, right? Half my deck is energy, right? So all I have to do is draw into an energy or boss, right? So now in order for my opponent to not lose the game, if they're smart, they will Switching Bolt into the Regieleki VMAX. Here. They do. Okay, my opponent's making some solid plays here, but I think we're still in a, I'm confident enough that we can still win this game now we just need to get boss, guys. I just promote the Greninja because it's my safest promotion. Or I guess I could always promote this as well. Right? And then always retreat if I need to. I think that's fine. Let's just promote the Greninja because it makes me feel safer. Energy or boss? Come on. Thank you. Okay, now we make sure our deck is entirely thinned out here. Now that we have drawn the energy, I go Giga Magnet to get the last 2 energy out of my deck. We know a boss's orders is in there. This Greninja is going to see me... What? I go... This Greninja is going to see me half my deck. I know I'm relying on a little bit of luck here, guys. But, it's all I have. A little bit of luck. We go like this. And then I Greninja for my boss's orders. Please just give me the boss. I'm gonna lose this game now, guys. I believed so hard in my strat. It didn't work. Wow, that feels really bad. Cybernetic Wheel. Oh my gosh, guys. If I lose this game, I'm going to be so sad. I should have just Regal Stanced earlier and drawn my entire deck, right? Had the highest chance of drawing into the boss. I knew I should have done it earlier after I'd done it too. My opponent has boss's orders for game. I will not be mad. There's a generator. They haven't used boss yet, and they haven't played a supporter for a turn or two. So that I'm inclined to, excuse me, I'm inclined to believe that they don't have one. Double generator. Okay. They're running away. They take 1 prize card. Now I've won the game. Okay, guys? I have now won the game. Because whatever he runs away to now will get absolutely smoked by the likes of my... And we get the boss anyway. Finally. But it does not matter. Because we can go into our Zamazenta. And because it is late game, our Zamazenta is now smacking for 240 damage and can take our last 2 prize cards. Slow and Steady wins the race with this hit and run deck, man. Oh my goodness, we were able to get the dub. Let's go! Woo, this deck can be, I don't know, it feels a little stressful to play, man. Trying to get the lock off with the Klefkis. Although, something I did consider that you guys definitely could change is changing the Klefkis to Diancie. Because what Diancie's Princess Curtain ability says is, while it's in the active spot, your opponent can't boss's orders or Serena out your benched Iron Treads or Zamazenta. So this is definitely an alternate route you can take to potentially protect your Iron Treads and your Zamazentas, essentially forcing your opponent to always take 1 prize card every single turn. At the same time, the Klefki just kind of auto-wins you some matchups. I'm not gonna lie. It really just helps with Lost Box. I mean, it does in theory well into the Miraidon. If it can shut those abilities off, it does well into the Muse. And at the same time, all these decks play Escape Rope anyway, so you always have to have double Diancie out. So it's effectively the same thing as just trying to have double Klefki out. So I think that overall, personally, I prefer the Klefkis, but the Diancies are definitely something you can try out if you want to mix up the deck list a little bit yourself. If you have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. You are absolutely top tier, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.